Talk about it, be about it. Talking about the shot meter for the folks that are tuning in maybe after the live stream has ended. I know it takes a little while for folks to come in. So we're talking about whether or not players on 2K should be using, in my opinion, a broken mechanic set up by 2K and using the shot meter. I don't think players should be using the shot meter, in my opinion. But a lot of players out there, is no, we can't deny the facts that a lot of players out there are using the shot meter. What up, Red? What up, Mags? What's goody? And I know that because a lot of players are telling me, "Hey, I keep shooting full bars. I'm bricking on full bars." And in my opinion, I'm just like, you shouldn't be using the shot meter. It's very rare that we play against tough competition and we see someone using their shot meter. It's almost always the case when we play against a lower competition where we see more players using the shot meter. It just seems to be something that as you progress during your 2K journey, you'll end up taking off that shot meter because you don't want to have the distraction of a broken mechanic in 2K shot meter and how deceptive it is. Uh, was here, watch the video. Yes. Mike Wayne dropped a video on it too. I don't know if you see. I did see it. Yep, I did see it. I hate the shot meter, but hey, they can play the game how they want. Big facts, Steven. I feel the same way. When I make reference to things that should or shouldn't be done, I think it's a video game overall. I believe it's a video game and you should play it how you want to play it. More so speaking to those players who really invest time, and we know what we're talking about when we're talking about players who want to get better and invest their time into getting better, hitting the lab and things like that. You don't want to lean on 2K shot meter because when you consider latency or whether or not you're playing on Wi-Fi or if you got controller lag or you have and controller lag is like the input from when you queue up something to when you see it on screen, or whatever gaming monitor you're playing on may have a low response time, is always going to be deceptive what you see on screen versus what you're actually queuing up on your controller. Dandara said video game 2K is life. What up, Don? What up, Chosen? Some people are better spot up shooters without the meter but need it on a moving shot or stamina. What up, Slim? That's very accurate. Yeah. I don't knock the journey. I don't knock anybody's journey. I'm not trying to, just take away from your 2K journey because I've been on the same journey. You get what I mean to say? So oftentimes when I'm making videos or I'm speaking about some, I remember all too clearly, although it was years ago, I remember all too clearly being on those same, like taking those same steps. Nah, I don't want to take off my shot meter, but let me take it off. And going through those same steps and processes. So I speak from that place whenever I'm talking in a video or covering a particular topic. Bro, my man used shot meter. He be making bounce back grades. What up, Suave? What up, who buddy? What's goody? What up, my G's? Let me let everybody in Discord know that we are live and ready to rock and roll. We are going to be hosting tryouts today in our Discord. Slim, All City Slim, is going to be holding tryouts soon for the Xbox side of our community. So if you're on Xbox, whether you're on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, PC, whatever console you're on, join our Discord. We have exclusive chats set up for you guys. But we are going to be trying to grow that Xbox community as well. So Slim has an Xbox and he's going to be making that happen, trying out for the exclusive lunatics of verified players to help me, ease the pain of a lot of you guys running with randoms. We don't want you out there running with players that just limit you guys reaching your max potential. They kind of hinder the idea of you guys getting to see what your players are really about. If you guys, again, would like to join the Lunatics and get this badge by your name, letting everybody know in our community of 25,000 members that you are indeed a lunatic in our Discord community. That badge goes right by your name whenever you get added to the Lunatics, and you unlock an exclusive chat of verified members this way. You know what games you're getting into. It's not like I'm gonna go in the rec center just randomly and not know who I'm gonna play against. And you might get one decent game out of 10 games. Meanwhile, you're working 40-hour weeks and only got 2 hours to play the game, which means you probably only get a good 10 minutes of good gameplay. We want to make sure when you guys get on 2K, you're gonna have a good experience, and that's what this tryouts is all about. That's Tim, but you're looking extra sexy today, bro. Pause. Facts. Appreciate it, bro. I have my closet is set up. The way my closet is set up is because I'm just responding to the comment that Don left. Don said not to change the subject, but you're looking extra sexy today, bro, with an exclamation point. So he's really excited about the way I look today. And then he put a pause after it. But I just wanted to explain the way my closet is set up. I have like extra sexy nighttime, and then I have like sexy daytime, and then I have like casual, then I have like hood, and then I have I don't give a F side of my closet. So today I reached into the sexy part of my closet. It's like and it's color coded, so that I reached into the sexy side of the closet today, so that's why I was able to look sexy today. But I appreciate your message, Don. Thank you, man. A city wreck with randoms has to be the worst this year. Yeah, it is. It is extra work. It is extra bad this year. I ain't even gonna front. Don Pauls is right. Chill. We normal on here. Oh man, what up, coins? What's good, y'all? Much love, much love. Let me lower this lighting. Let me take off this 1v1 as well. Oh man, another day, another 50 cents, another grind for a 2K. Caliente, Don, caliente. Oh man, all right. Let me make sure I know how many people are in here. Appreciate everybody in here, man. Super dope to have y'all in here talking about this shot meter, whether or not you should have your shot meter on. And like I said in the video earlier today, I know folks were gonna say, like, leave in the comments, well, with my shot meter, I'm shooting 60%. With my shot meter, I shoot this, so why take it off? And I think that's a legitimate argument. But that video was made to target folks that intend to like pursue this little 2K journey that a lot of players who live vicariously through 2K to get their basketball experience want to grow while they're playing 2K. They don't just get on to play a casual game every now and then. And I'm not knocking those players who just want to get on and play every now and then. I understand why you leave your shot meter on. But if you're like a good amount of players that want to grow and always looking to get better, and they're investing time in the lab to learn their shot, one of those first steps is taking off the training wheels, like Slim phrased it, and take off that shot meter. In my case, I play with friends that are living out the USA, and believe it or not, there are places that good internet to have a great experience playing is very difficult. That's why they need to use it. Well, if you have, and that's Papo GC, let me address that too, because he's talking about internet. And if you have bad internet, then maybe you should consider using your shot meter. If I'm not mistaken, that's where places that have that good internet to have great experience playing is very difficult. Right. So if you have bad internet, the shot meter is even more deceptive for you. That's where you should most definitely not use your shot meter. This is the whole idea behind me saying that the shot meter is deceptive, because you got to factor things like Wi-Fi, lag, latency, controller lag, and even the refresh rate or response time of the TV or monitor you're playing on. It is deceptive, y'all, and it's a distraction. In other words, it's going to have you mistime your shot. So those are things to consider. What up, big guy? What's good? I tried the shot meter one time, and I hate to have to look at that instead of my man closing out. Yeah, facts. But I saw them shooting perfect, and the ball don't get in since the last patch. Welcome back, fam. Miss your streams. Appreciate you, kitty. Unscripted, what up, man? Chat, hope you're having a good day too. I tell my homies, turn that weak meter off. You get boost without it. It is facts that the boost is not nearly as significant as it once was in previous versions of 2K when you take off your shot meter. but it is facts that you still get a slight boost. So if you're looking to increase your make percentage, start with taking off the shot meter and getting to learn your shot. And you won't have that distraction of a shot meter when somebody's closing out, like the homie said. You won't have that distraction. Your latency need no flaws to play this naturally delayed game. Say it again, Snowy. Say it again. Your latency need no flaws when you what he said. Your latency need no flaws to play this naturally delayed game. I never seen a game. I have never seen a game that is so popular and has such a loyal player base be so delayed. Go ahead and take a minute and download Warzone. See how many players are on Warzone. Get on one game, just one game of Warzone, and just move your player around that gigantic map. And then you'll know where 2K is lacking. They have all these players in this giant map. You're like maneuvering through windows, jumping off buildings, and everything is almost flawless in regards to your response time from what you're queuing up on your controller. Go ahead and play 2K. You hit right on your right stick to cross over. You have to wait 1 second for that actual queue to go from your controller to what you see on screen. That's the online experience we've become so accustomed to. And I can't understand why outside of the player base is just super loyal to 2K. We're just super loyal. We're just a super loyal community. Because if we had standards and we held 2K to those standards, folks would be complaining left and right. Yeah. Folks would be upset. Like, how does Warzone, like, how do Call of Duty players get this type of response time, but 2K gives us this type of response time? We are sheep. What a blitz. Fahad said, I had a question. How much of a delay on average do you get? I am in Canada and it's kind of hella delayed compared to offline, which I am expecting, but it's a bit too much compared to other games. We're probably experiencing the same thing, Fahad. We're probably dead experiencing the same exact thing. The more that, because I play the game a lot, not nearly as often as I used to, because I used to spend my whole day playing 2K. But and I've always played online because I really dislike offline. Whenever I go offline, it's like, damn, man, that means I'm goated like that. You know, when you play offline, you feel goated because your moves are hitting. Everything is hitting, queued up when this exact millisecond you press it. And then you take that offline and you're like, damn, that's a huge difference, like a gigantic difference. So we've been playing online for so long that we've become just accustomed to it. These, when you hit that cue on your controller, you're expecting a delay. So you time your other queue ups accordingly. It's just how it is. Name another basketball game coming out. There is none. Not that I know of. There is none. Let me lower that a little bit. There is no basketball game coming out that I know of. It's extra bright. Let me raise the back here. Let me raise the back here because I don't want that thing extra bright in my grill. Maybe I need it bright. I'm just adjusting the lighting, yeah. I hate having that extra brightness there. All right. EA not making NBA Live. More like ATM. Bad internet needs it all. Facts. Say it again, Slim. Yeah, if you have bad internet, you more than likely need your shot meter off because that joint is going to be extra deceptive to you. This year, I've seen the craziest body morph outs of all 2Ks. That's the physics. The physics on 2K just... It's the worst I've ever seen. The worst physics I've seen is this year in 2K23. At least in a long time. The physics are way off. And normally games like this, especially in sporting games, physics is going to be priority. But it looks like from what I'm seeing with animations and the physics itself, it looks like 2K kind of just took a shortcut. And it's unfortunate because we're so early into next generation gaming that you would think a game like 2K with their unlimited amount of resources would try and take it to the next level and make sure physics actually match up, because physics is such a huge component in trying to simulate basketball, a sporting game, anything that involves any type of sporting. Physics is going to be super important. And looks like 2K just took a back seat to physics, relied on their 20 years of creating animations and just put that into the game, and it's noticeable. We're not getting next gen type of physics. What up, James? On God, first week I knew it was the beta version. Actually, in my opinion, the first week, considering that we had to go through this huge learning curve. Zap Ops, appreciate you joining as a member. Thank you. You get a badge by your name now whenever you leave a comment. If you guys would like to consider joining as a member as well, just type in !join and you'll get the link to pop up. You could join as a member as well, get a badge by your name whenever you join our live streams or you comment on the videos. Appreciate you, Zap. As much as EA sucks, at least when I play FIFA, my latency is like 40 and the gameplay is smooth. Man, I've been wanting to give FIFA a try, and I tried a couple of times, but I couldn't like take it to the next level. First week was probably the best week for this game. I thought it was an amazing game. I thought it was an amazing game as well, Blizz. I thought 2K23 was on track to really change the gaming experience that we've been going through over the last few years. I thought it was going to really change some stuff, man. But it surely didn't. Valley Boys, you're not a member. You would have had a badge by your name unless you're a member on a different account. So the new boxing game came out on Steam today. Really? Thank you for letting me know, Royal Cyan. I got Steam and I got a gaming PC, so I wonder, I might give it a shot. I got a controller as well. If you guys don't know about the controller, I think I got it in my living room. Well, at least in the loft area. Damn, I would like to show you 8-bit do, I think it's called. So yeah, it's a controller I could use for the PC gaming. Appreciate you, Trilific. Appreciate that. Please make some sense of this. What the shot meter we're talking about, Trilific. I've been enjoying the crap out of it since the new update, though. Jump is still falling. Yeah, I've been enjoying season 4 for sure, man. They did that buff to interior defense, and finishing is not nearly as aggressive as it was prior to season 3, and it balanced things out a little bit. It balanced IQ too, because you still see the goofballs run, like trying to rim run and just rush the paint. But as like within a 4-quarter game of rec, we start seeing them slowly get more hesitant, a bit more trepidation and going up in the paint. And that's with a 6'8" center that I have out there. So imagine a taller center. So yeah, they're learning along the way, and they must be like breaking controllers left and right because they created players to finish, because finishing was just so overpowered prior to season 4. Definitely got to check out the boxing game. The graphics look insane. It's not only the graphics, y'all, in that boxing game. Man, that might open up our new channel as well, because I would definitely cover that boxing game. I was watching videos on the developers talking about the boxing game, the new I forgot what they called it. They renamed it recently, but the developers are really focused on the small mechanics that maybe most developers will overlook. On, for instance, arm punches without getting your full, like, you know, if you guys don't know, in boxing, everything comes from your legs. So a lot of folks that are ignorant to this think that, you know, it's really about throwing your hands, and the developers were so in tune with trying to simulate the real life boxing experience that they were making sure that even if you're throwing off your back foot, it wasn't going to hit as hard. You know what I mean? So they were really going into those intricate details to make sure they simulated what it is what boxing's supposed to be about. And oh man, I can't wait. Fight Night was a good boxing game, but I'm hoping that this even exploits the weaknesses that Fight Night had, because Fight Night didn't have those intricate details like throwing off your back foot, or really using your legs to throw a punch, or what's an arm punch versus using your legs, things like this, and good maneuverability, agility, things like this. So I'm hoping that this game really exposes all of that and takes boxing to the next level. Fight Night was one of the best games of all time, man. So much fun, and for them to just up and disappear broke my heart, man. So I'm glad that this new game is coming up. It's not on console yet. It's not on console yet. Yeah, thinking people still using that Zen thing. I had to do yesterday, hitting phase from everywhere. Yeah, so they're not using Zen, the shot time. If they have a Zen, it's not nearly as useful as it used to be, because shot timing it fluctuates heavily. So it's hard for someone to use a Zen. Hmm. I feel like you should be using the shot meter at this point. You shouldn't be using the shot meter at all at this point at all. If you want to if you want to be competitive, facts, yeah. I know is yeah. Are y'all talking? Yeah, we're talking about that boxing game. Yep, yep. ES something, but they changed the name. They changed the name. Can somebody confirm the name of the boxing game? I know they changed it. I think it was called ESBC or something like that. Waiting on that, like everyone's waiting for NCAA football to come back. Yeah, man. I would love NFL 2K made the best football game in my experience. One of the best football experiences ever was NFL 2K. And I would love to see another basketball game, or even another shot for 2K to make a football game, but it doesn't seem likely. I think EA is holding that down. The same undisputed. There we go. It is undisputed. All right, cool. Let me lean back a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, ESBC. Yeah, ESBC. I was trying to tell you guys, man, that joint looked fiery. Let me slide over this way because the chat. That joint looked fiery. They changed it to undisputed. What up, Weezy? What's good, Weezy out there. 2K got me back on GTA for real, and it's messed up, man. I don't get when we see 2K, just like we thinking one baby step away from greatness, it seems like 2K just takes 5 steps back. Like, no, we're too close to great. We can't cap ourselves off. And in other words, there's no innovation happening in 2K. We go from old gen consoles to new gen consoles, and I think 2K has this misconception that the aesthetic, like the city, is going to be satisfying and fulfill the gameplay experience that the good majority of 2K players are expecting to have on next generation consoles. But then what always holds up is the actual gameplay mechanics, gameplay functions that we're experiencing, because that's where we spend the majority of our time, in the gameplay. So if anything, that's going to always have to hold up. At least in my opinion, the gameplay is always going to have to hold up. The rest of the aesthetic, what I've learned because of 2K, because over the last couple of years, my experience on 2K, and this 2K is strictly to blame, because I was a gamer that only played 2K. I was on Call of Duty prior to me experiencing 2K. And then after getting that online experience, I would mainly just play 2K. But because of the experience that I've had after NBA 2K20, they forced me to play other games. And what I've learned by playing other games is that graphics serve as very little to keep and hold, like maintain or retain a player's attention. The actual mechanics in the game. In other words, you guys can play a poor looking game or outdated looking game if the mechanics in the game, like the developers just understand giving them that experience. We're more inclined to play games that are challenging, play games that really get us thinking and sacrifice the graphical components of a game. And 2K got it backwards where they're trying to flood us with aesthetics and like as if we're dumb and limit the gameplay portion of the game. So, and I learned that from playing Zelda. Zelda's an amazing looking game, but it's not like you would experience like if you compare Zelda and Elden Ring. Elden Ring looks wildly amazing, but Zelda, in comparison to graphics, they're very different. They're differently made. I don't know how to explain it, but oh, Zelda was amazing to me. I will be streaming the boxing game. Second it comes out on console, I will be streaming it. I'll check it out on Steam today to see if I could get on it. Uh, and if it's something that I can make happen, I'll just stream my experience on PC. But I'm hoping that it comes out on console. Valorant, when 2K23 first dropped, it was fire. I mean, look at this. GTA 5 came out years ago, but they really haven't lost a huge amount of their community because they made a finished product. Big facts. Doesn't matter how the game looks, but if it's not smooth, then nobody's gonna play. Yeah, that's what I've been learning. I've been learning that playing different games. So now that expanded, yeah, EA has exclusivity for NFL. Yeah. And I think they're using that, and they're gonna use that even more now to limit NBA to or to Take Two getting an opportunity to make a NFL 2K because of how I think there's some politics taking place in the background because the NBA 2K got EA shut down from making live free to play games. So I think there's probably some politics going on we don't even know about. It's not about fun anymore. It's about spending and then enjoying a little before you have to spend more bread. And I don't think that's the case for smart developers. That's all that is. Greed makes you, what up, Brandon? I think greed is making developers do stupid things. You have games like Elden Ring that's absolutely extremely extremely challenging and super dope. And a ton of time was invested in it. Games like Zelda, which if you guys don't know, I just, I'm always praising my experience playing Zelda. I recently finished it. But you could go to the end of the map. The end of the map. You see something far off in the distance and travel all the way over there and you'll get rewarded. Along the way, you probably spend hours just along the way trying to get to that area because there's so much different things to explore and do along the way. Hidden treasures everywhere at every single inch of the map. Always incentives to play. Games like 2K have gone away from that tremendously. They, and that arrogance is letting these other developers create games that, really intrigue these player bases and take away from the player base. So I think greed is a huge factor here where it's influencing how developers approach the game. But then you get games like Warzone, which is absolutely amazing, and you want to pay money. Unfortunately for 2K, a player like myself invested money early in my experience playing the game, but now I don't give them no more money. And that's because the developers did a poor job of retaining me as a gamer who would willingly, consistently pay money. What up, Blue Sauce? What's good? I get what you're saying about the meter, but last night I made a slightly clutch free throw, then missed a full bar. Yeah, well, free throws are messed up. Free throws, there's some going on with free throws that's just, I missed a 98% free throw just the other day. And then yesterday I made a 32% free throw. So free throws are all over the place. I still shoot consistently at free throws, but man, they are wildly all over the place. They'll have you shoot 100%. One free throw, you're shooting two free throws at the line. One free throw is 100%. The next free throw is 0%. It's just. I think that depending on the situation, the game developers are pretty much out of touch with the 2K community by not listening to the 2K community with caution. Yeah, they need to they need to better use their discretion, but more so, I tell you, if I had 20 years developing a game and then you have a clear reference point like the NBA, like a clear reference to how the game is supposed to be played, so you don't need feedback from the community. It's like this new boxing game taking feedback from the community to create the game. You have limitless amounts of resources, financial and everything else in between. And you have close ties and connections with the NBA and NBA players. You have motion capture software to capture animations. You have a whole development team with tons of experience making the game. It's on purpose. You can't tell me otherwise. Everything we're experiencing is on purpose. We're giving too much grace to a team of developers that been on the game for 20 plus years. And it's not like a new game that was randomly generated or created. They have the NBA as a clear reference point on how to develop the mechanics and, you know, the animations and everything to make sure that us players get on a game and have a good experience. But yet when we get on 2K, it's like we're giving grace, like, oh, the developers tried. Get the hell out of here. You guys get no more grace. There's no more grace. You guys made way too much money. And then when I see hella development in getting us to or influencing us toward microtransactions, hella development in the game, hella strategies developed to encourage us to spend more money. When I see that happen right before my eyes, I say, hell no, y'all getting no more grace in regards to gameplay. Because I see how much y'all investing in advertising and getting us new clothes, getting us new, like, you know, not gameplay animations, but those other goofy animations like dancing and stuff. Putting dancers in motion capture, getting the Jabberwockies to do the halftime show, like, and then there's not nearly as much as invested in gameplay. I'm like, oh hell nah, no more grace, no more money, not for me at least. At least I don't want. I'm not. When I say no more money, I'm saying I was just giving them $100, just like nothing. And now it's like, no, I got to think before I do this. I appreciate that, Laser Show. You're making me not want to leave. Yeah, stay. Yeah, stay. Make sure to subscribe too. Laser Show said, you're so soothing to listen to. It's crazy. You're making me not want to leave. That's dope. Appreciate that. Stay and make sure to subscribe. This latest patch was a L. They knew they made the game too good in the beginning, so they purposely made it worse to make sure 2K24 would sell. And I know it sounds far-fetched. The homie that time when CV said, this latest patch was an L. They knew they made the game too good in the beginning, so they purposely made it worse to make sure 2K24 will sell. And for those of you who think that this is a far-fetched idea, the theory that he just mentioned has been going around the community for years now, where at the end of every single 2K, the gameplay will get extra goofy so that folks will be less inclined to continue playing the current version that they're on. And the theory is that 2K changes the sliders at the end of every year so that they encourage the player base to move on to the next version of the game, spending more money to increase their unit sales. I know it sounds far-fetched, but man, you're talking business here. Get out of the idea that this business, which is 2K, is naive toward generating more sales. This is a whole gigantic machine that's running this business. And the whole reason for running this business is to encourage more transactions. And we're not talking about unit sales. Unit sales, microtransactions already outweigh what they make in unit sales. So we're talking about what people spend after they buy the game. It's a whole machine, yeah. So whenever you're thinking 2K, don't think naive, small. Nah, don't think. I'm not saying that you guys are naive, but I'm saying don't look at 2K from just like the development team aspect. The development team is probably such a small component in regards to how big this machine is pushing them to generate more money. Hopefully we get that. And then when you get on 2K, you understand it better. Oh, I understand why I'm missing. Oh, I understand why I can't dunk no more. 2K wants more people to make new builds, and yeah, I get it. So you won't be as frustrated, and then you can just shut it off and go play a different game when you see it happen, instead of just trying to work through it and then spend extra time in the lab. And I'll tell you what you're doing for 2K when you do that. I'm not saying that you guys shouldn't spend no time in the lab, but I'll explain. When you guys go to the lab and spend hours in that lab, not even an online game, well, you're on online, but I just mean to say, the point that I'm trying to make here is that with the player base, as the numbers are high for the player base, that gives 2K more leverage to make more deals on the back end. That gets them advertisers and a bunch of other things. When the player base is higher, when they go into those meetings, they could say, this is our player base. If you want to advertise with our game, there's how many eyes are going to be in front of that advertisement, generating way more impressions. So number 1, 2 for 3K info. Appreciate that, Laser Show. What's good? But what's the crossover you do in the snapback that makes your defender give you some space? So you're talking about on the videos, right? I'm not exactly sure which one you're referring to. I'm not exactly sure which one I could probably pull it up. Let me see if I could pull it up here. Give me 1 second. I'll try to pull it up. How would I do this? I would have to go in there and I would have to pull it up here. Give me 1 second. I'll try to pull it up for you, and because I know I got it in my highlights here. Highlights. I just did this one. Give me 1 second, yeah. Let me put that down. Let me lower that. Put that up here. Oh man, that's not what I wanted. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm trying to set it up for you guys. I didn't have this set up. Let me go into my All City. That's my green screen. Let me go into display capture. There we go. Oh, that was a quick setup. I'm a gold, man. I be goaded at this stuff, setting this stuff up. And it's like, I don't want to know how to do it, but it just gets done. And that's the beauty of this stuff. All right, so I'm going to play it off so you guys could, I'm not sure exactly what he's referring to. Let me mute it before. I'll just leave that stuff playing in the background. I'm not sure which play you're talking about, but if you see it, just let me know. But 2K, when they were small, needed to take 2 to become large. Use Kuzma and Oscar, you will hit with no meter. I'm trying to see. He's saying the crossover that. Oh, I know what crossover. You're talking about the crossover. I think I know. I think I know what the homie's talking about. It's probably come right. No, that's not it. It's probably coming. I know he's talking. I'll call it when I see it. It's not gonna be this play either. That's not it either. That's not it either. Is this one right? Is it this one? Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, that right there is what you're talking about. Let me pause it. Is it that play? That last play is what you was talking about? Yeah, I tried using the Russell Westbrook moving crossover yesterday. So all it is, yeah, and I made a video on it. If I learn something new, I definitely share with you guys. I made a video on it discussing it. All you're dead doing is real simple, yeah. It's real simple. You're not gonna believe how simple it is. But Your moving crossover will determine the first aspect of it. Let me see if I go back a little bit so you guys can see what I'm referring to. The homie is talking about let me see if it's here. That move right there. So that in particular was a 3-move combo with a step. That was a 2-move combo with a step back. So all of that is holding your right trigger and then hitting up on your right analog stick. And you'll if you hit up with holding the right trigger, you'll get the crossover to a snatchback. And it's really that simple. I'm not trying to trip you out. It is dead seriously that simple. Right trigger, up. If you just hit up once while holding right trigger without using your left stick, if you just hit up, you'll get the crossover portion of it. If you hit up, you'll get the crossover to a snatchback. And the first crossover animation is determined by what moving crossover you have on your player in regards to your animations. So check that out. It's definitely dope because the crossover, the first portion of that thing, is really different depending on which moving crossover you have. I mean, really different. So if you use like Donovan Mitchell, it's gonna be a super slow crossover. I could break it down. Let's go into the Elgato. I'll turn it on and we'll talk about it, man. Yeah, the Russell Westbrook is dope, and I'll explain how to use that. Might as well get into it. I'm putting on my Elgato right now, and then we'll go into like the Pro-Am, and I'll show you guys exactly. Elgato is on, display off. Let's go into it, man. Let's talk about it, make it happen. That's the beauty of these live streams and connecting with y'all folks is that you just, get into it. I'll let y'all lead the way and we talk about it. I'll go in and bring it up. Hey, 999 from Mason. Let me read Laser Show's comment right quick. I stopped playing because it's so frustrating having to fight the mechanics just for it to take another 3 seconds to start a wacky animation, and it never used to be like that. It used to be way more responsive, and I feel the same exact way. I go into the lab and I'm trying to get the same animations queued up consistently so it can become muscle memory. But even in the lab, it just feels frustratingly inconsistent. Mason Gardner said, "Sup, City, your content has taken me from a park bum on NBA 2K22 to plain only rec, averaging 13, 5, and 5 in the rec on 23. But my question is how to talk to your squad and convince them to play their roles." Some people, if folks, you can't convince folks because you can't tell folks how to spend their leisurely time. Having fun on 2K is subjective. So it's like, and it's subjective to the player. You know what I mean to say? So not everybody that's playing has the intention of playing structured basketball. For me, I find structured basketball way more fun, way less stressful than chasing a dude around the court running NFL routes. So, I don't think it's more so trying to convince other folks to play a particular way if they don't have that winning mentality. They're just thinking casual gameplay. Let me get out there. Even though they may seem frustrated when they lose, they don't have or want to get better at the game. They just want to do what they're doing right now and have fun doing it and win at the same time. And there's just not a winning formula. Most players that want to get better start doing their research, then hit the lab, and there's a whole process behind it. So maybe what you should consider is changing the people that you're running with. And if you want to consider that idea, we're holding tryouts for players with good IQ to be added to an exclusive chat. So that way when you want to run with players that are on your level, you have easy access and you're able to unlock this exclusive chat in our Discord. So if you guys would like to join the tryouts today, which I'm holding after the live stream, type !Discord in the chat and you could stop running with the random mentality, because these randoms will throw you off, or players who are just not on your skill level are dead seriously just holding you back toward becoming better players on 2K. So take that into consideration. If not, then you'll consistently have this experience, but it just starts with the player and them wanting to get better or do better things. Some folks just want to stay randoms forever. You get what I mean to say? How high does your IQ have to be? Nah, listen, I'll put it like this. Let me give you a good example. Let me give you guys a good example. So I've been holding tryouts, right? And during these tryouts in our Discord, by the way, our Discord is very close to 25,000 members. Consider joining. But I've been holding these tryouts, and throughout these tryouts, I'm analyzing the gameplay. So I'm going in with 4 other players, and I just analyze their gameplay. And at the very end of the game, you either make it to the Lunatics. The Lunatics is the exclusive chat that you unlock of verified players. You either make it on, or you could try out again, maybe in a different position or something like that. But it's like one game, boom, I see if you got the IQ, because I'm looking for spacing. I'm looking for discipline. I'm looking for good communication. I'm looking for good IQ, good defensive awareness. I'm not looking to see if you hit the shot. I'm more so looking to see if you got good shot selection. So the reason why I mentioned all of that is because after doing those tryouts over the last week, yesterday I decided, let me just go on and run with the people that I added. We killed everything yesterday. Mind you, these are people that I have no chemistry with. But when you align good IQ with good IQ, there's going to be a general experience that you're going to have on the game. One game, we won 120 something to 34. That's serious yesterday. And these are new players that I have no chemistry with. 120 something to 34. And the good majority of the games, we blew them out by 40 points, at the least 40 points. So I just mean to say, that's the goal here, is in holding these trials, to make sure when you align good IQ with good IQ, you're not going to go below a certain gaming experience out there. You're going to have a good experience running. So that's the whole idea behind that. I'm holding tryouts right after this live stream, maybe within a half an hour after ending this live stream. So we're gonna go into the pro-am, and we're gonna be talking about, it was a joke. All good slime. Yeah, I get it though, man. I get it, slimes. I get it. I think it was good to use that to segue into talking about why we're doing what we're doing in tryouts. Hey, bro, what time are tryouts? I don't have a set time, but after this live stream, I don't know how long this live stream is going to take. It's going to be within a half an hour after ending this live stream. Hell yeah, slime. Hell yeah, we out here. It basically boils down to playing good team ball. Yeah, it boils down to good IQ is what I'm really referring to. And good IQ just means good defensive awareness, good spacing, good discipline, knowing how to fill lanes on a fast break, having good shot selection, all those things. So what the homie was talking about was this move right here. Look at one hand, y'all. So y'all understand. One hand, up, up. That's it, bro. That's it. One hand, up, up. You hold your right trigger down and just hit up, up. If you hit up, you'll get that move. So this move is determined by which moving crossover you have. So some people want a quick one right here. I want a short, sweet one, because my intention is to get the step back. So if I do up, up, and then hit back again, I'll get that step back, making sure I'm at the 3-pointer. Other people want the Russell Westbrook. If you put the Russell Westbrook moving crossover, then he'll go from right here by just pressing up. He'll go from right here, and that whole animation will lead him right here, just by pressing up. And you could step back from it, you could cross over from it, you could basic spin, you could do the spin back from it. So yeah, there's definitely some dope stuff, but definitely something to add into your dribble arsenal is consider using that up, and going through the moving crossover animations to see which one is best for you. I feel like I'm the only point guard who actually facilitates. I average 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists, and I still run into teammates who give up because they're not the ones scoring. You can't blame them. Good IQ is good IQ, man. Godor been balling. If you're running with randoms, you're going to get a random experience. You're going to get random feedback. So keep that in mind. The whole point is if you know those are good numbers and your goal is to increase those numbers that you just provided, because that's like an average facilitator. And some people, the idea of facilitating does not mean you pass the ball. I hope folks understand that. You facilitate the offense. So when you need to score, you score. When you need to pass, you pass. When you need to set up a set or offensive set, you do that. You facilitate the offense. It doesn't necessarily mean you just pass. And I'm not speaking to you directly, but I'm just speaking in general because there seems to be this misconception that good IQ means that you just pass or you just shoot. Is knowing the balance between both and what the defense is giving you to make something else happen. So for instance, you come across an intense defense and that defense is more inclined to play the ball handler. The ball handler, they've probably come across ball handlers who shoot lights out. So they said, well, we're going to make sure that player is not taking any threes. It's the point guard's responsibility to facilitate the offense and break apart the defense. So it should be, you're not like, as a point guard, your goal should not be solely to beat. Too many point guards I see do this, yeah. Too many point guards I see have their main goal to beat the defender that's in front of them, when a point guard's responsibility is to beat the defense. Man, say somebody clip that, save it. The point guard's main responsibility is to beat the defense, not the defender. And the way in which you beat a defense is picking apart, watching their strengths and weaknesses, and try to pick apart their weaknesses and just chop that tree down. We come across so many defensive teams, defensive-oriented teams, that we dead had to just chop the tree down, trying to figure it out. When you see the strategy, and it makes my hair stand up because it's such a beautiful thing when you have those type of experiences playing 2K where it's strategy. It's like, all right, this man's the weak link. We need to make sure that we could, somehow expose their weak link. Just a beautiful thing. If you have basketball knowledge, Thomas Dunn said, as the point though, you got to switch on that center as well if the big is going to stop your man from nailing those off-screen threes. Anybody in this comments on Xbox, good IQ is also knowing when to dribble and when not to. When you a PG, you the QB, you run the show. Rondo, facts. What's a good way to find teammates? Join our Discord is a good way to find teammates. Join our tryouts is a good way to find good teammates. I keep stressing this. I have a platform completely built around the idea of helping you guys find better players to run with. The game is a so much better and different experience when you start running with teammates that you can build chemistry with. It's just an overall different experience. If I was running with randoms this whole year, trust and believe, I probably wouldn't be a creator right now. That's facts. I probably wouldn't even be talking to you guys right now. And I definitely won't be on 2K23 if I was running with randoms all year. It's a different experience. And plus, you pay $100 for these builds, and you're never going to see the full potential of your build. You pay $100, you invest $100 of your money. I'm here telling you, I got a whole platform created to help you find players to run with. Not only that, take it an extra step and host tryouts and try to pull people in our Discord, because it's a lot of people. 25,000 people is a lot of people. So I try to hold tryouts so I could pull the best players with the most decent IQ and then put them all together in this area here. So when you come try out and you have decent IQ, I take you and I pull you into this exclusive area right here. And now all these players have decent IQ. And now you guys could all get runs in and start to get to know each other. And you match good IQ with good IQ, forget about it. You have a good experience. And the proof is in the pudding. I did it yesterday. We got on. I decided to run with these players that I just recently added. And we were killing everything in the rec. Everything. Every game was like 40, 50, 50 point blowouts. And one game in particular, we almost beat a team by 100 points. We were like 10 points off of beating them by 100 points, 120 something to 34. My biggest problem with randoms is when they play boyfriend basketball. Facts. Yeah. And that's what you're going to experience when you're out there running with randoms. You're going to experience that type of like you said, boyfriend basketball. That's that's how Don plays basketball. If you guys don't know All City Don plays that boyfriend basketball. So yeah, you want to limit the idea of running with randoms consistently, especially if you want to increase your overall gaming experience on 2K23. I ran my point guard and had 12 assists in the first half. Never touched the ball the rest of the game. Rando life. That rando life. We're going to have to come up with a whole new saying. What if we work and can't try out when you're on stream? Well, I don't do it on stream. I'm hosting these tryouts. Just I send out a message in our Discord community, and a ton of people do work. So I just host them at different times, and the goal is just to get in there so that when you are available, you're able to kind of get these runs in. Yeah, Eve is in our Discord. Eve is there. A City, what's the most important attribute a center should have that's a must? I didn't say anything to you, Siri. I was talking to the stream. Siri be tripping. I don't think you could pinpoint an attribute on a center build. I don't think you could actually pinpoint. So for instance, I'll give you guys for instance. I made a 6A center, which is not ideal for most center builds. But upon making that center, the goal behind it was increasing that perimeter defensive attribute so that way I could, and my steal attribute, so I could move fast laterally and get in those passing lanes. Although I wanted a good rebounding attribute, so I got a 99 rebound. My interior defense, maybe a 80, something like that. I think we got it here. Let's go over it. But I could tell you guys how I try to make everything complement each other. So you can't really pinpoint one attribute, as it's all supposed to complement each other. And that's what I look at when I'm making a center build. Is like, if I lack in this area, how can I make up for it? So for my 6A center, I know I lacked in size. There's going to be a size difference from most ideal centers out there. So I'm going to have to change my gameplay, and I'm going to have to step in front of the passing lane for point guards trying to pass it into the center. Now, that may sacrifice old boards, that may sacrifice boards in general, but I'm okay with that because my goal is to disrupt the point guard. We want to eliminate the three. They can take the two because we're going to hit threes on the other end. That's how we run our offense. So when I made that center, I had to consider everything, every attribute when making that center. I think they should complement each other. So you shouldn't single out one attribute. That's probably the best advice I could give to that statement. Hey, yo, get these likes up. Big facts. If y'all can hit that like button, that'd be dope. Do you only run the tryouts with 5-out offense, or can non-shooting bigs try out? It depends on the point guard that we have out there. So like if I'm running point guard, I need a 5-out offense. But if we have, like, say, we recently added a really good point guard. I forgot his name. I keep forgetting. King Retro was a good point guard who probably could, he's like a smaller point guard, so he could probably run with screens. And then Tron just recently made a 6'1" who could use screens as well. So me and him are going to start running the pick and roll type of offense. And I can't wait to consistently make that happen, especially on a 6A build. But it depends on the point guard. If you're an inside center with a point guard like me, you're going to make me and you a liability. Although me and the homie Chance ran and we were killing. Some days I'm good at it against good defense. I'm not an elite point guard, so it wouldn't be ideal. But with an elite point guard, they could run with inside centers for sure. Discord is my life. Thank you for saying this. Look in the badge and build section. I just said this to some people in there, and they don't want to hear that on Discord. Appreciate you, Spaceship. people don't consider play styles when they make builds. And that's why I keep stressing this, yeah. I keep stressing this. I remember like when I was hosting these trials, folks are like, I'm looking for, like I'm saying, all right, we're looking for a 3 or a 4. And for the zone that we run, a 3 or 4 is exactly the same thing. When you say 3 or 4, it's going to play one corner. Don't even matter. It's a specific type of build. 6'7", 6'9", something like that. Even a 6'6" may be out of the corner. But it's a specific type of build and play style. I think if you're investing so much in these builds, why not invest in trying to find players that you can play with that will help complement your build? And the reason why I'm stressing this, I'm gonna have to bring this up because you guys need to see this. I'm gonna go into my 6'8" build and explain why, if I was running with randoms, I couldn't have this build out there. I'm just gonna shoot the rock so I could get rid of it. And don't make me pick it up again. Oh man, let me just get rid of it. All right, I'm going over here. I'm trying to get out of here so I can show you guys these builds. That's another thing that's a problem with this. Look at this. Look at this. It won't even let me out. That's another huge problem. All right, let me see if it lets me out. I'm trapped in the pro-am. Let me see if I can get out of here at some point. Is it going to let me out at some point? Does 2K not want to let me out? Is there something that I need to do that's going on that it won't let me out? Jesus Christ. Close app because it won't let me out the freaking pro-am arena. And we'll start it again. 2K. That's 2K life, man. Join just straight. Won't let you out of the pro-am arena. Psycho. It's probably Ronnie 2K. It's all Ronnie 2K's fault. When I get my P5, I got to show you this 6'8" center build so I can show you guys why, if I was running with players that I didn't know I had chemistry with that could complement this build, I wouldn't have been able to create the build. So I'm going to go into it and hopefully choose the right one. Here we go. It's a glass cleaning lockdown build at 6'8". Yeah, I think me and a group of randoms beat a pro-am team last night. So satisfying. Oh, I had it ready. Thank you, Big Slender. I didn't see I had it readied up. I didn't even notice I had it readied up because I'm not looking at my PlayStation screen. I'm actually looking at the OBS, so I couldn't even tell I had it readied up. Thank you, though. All right. So now we want to bring up our attributes. This is my 6'8" build. Now, the reason why I couldn't make this build and run this build with randoms, there's multiple reasons. Off rip, when you're looking at it, there's multiple reasons why you cannot consider this build to run with randoms. One, he's a 6'8", right? So I'm playing passing lanes. You see, I got the 88 perimeter defense and a 95. Imagine having a 95 steal on your center build. It's insane. And that sounds crazy to me, but you're going to be a liability in certain other areas. Well, you would think that you're going to, after the season 4 update, I don't see this build ever being a liability. But prior to the season 4 update, because I made it before season 4, he was a liability, so much so that I couldn't even bring him out because I wasn't getting the passing lane steals and I wasn't getting good enough contests in the paint. After the season 4 update, he's an absolute animal out there, getting the boards like as if he's 7 foot. That's one. And getting contests as if he's 7 foot. The difference maker is that he has the 95 steal with the gold interceptor. So I'm able to play in front of the player, really disrupting the point guards. And that's what helps. There's a hybrid defender. I can come up and play the point guards, or I can play the passing lane. But otherwise, you see the ball handle so low, the speed with ball so low. This build is made to run with a good point guard. So if I didn't have that in mind, if I didn't have a good point guard that I consistently run with, I would have to recreate this build to be able to put up that ball handle, that speed with ball. So, it's a build that I made because I run with consistent players, and you guys will be able to do the same thing and have the freedom to explore different builds when you have a team of players that understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses. So hopefully that made sense to you guys. Yeah, I think it's really important that we consider finding consistent players to run with if we want to enhance our experience on 2K. Because that allowed me to create a build like this. And now Tron, our main point guard, just made a 6-1 build. I've been running 5-out with this build all year. Now he made a 6-1 build. Now I can run pick and roll because he has brick wall on Hall of Fame, and you can't let a 6'8" player have brick wall on Hall of Fame. You know how fast he's going to be on those rolls after the screen? That's a nightmare. I would say you need more finishing, but still, yeah, exactly, Dave B. And that's the idea too. Like the homie said, you would say you need more finishing, right? If I had more finishing, I would limit my defense. So I wanted that 83 3 ball. And I believe the same thing. More finishing would have probably been more ideal. But again, with a good point guard, as long as he hits me to activate the driving dunk, which I tell him during our gameplay, just hit me, make sure that I'm activating my driving dunk. And he catches alley-oops, absolutely great. I already caught a body, like a contact dunk made do fall with this finishing. So as long as he hits me to activate my driving dunk animation, which I communicate with him, he hits me early on a pick and roll. Now I can activate my driving dunk, I finish. If he hits me to activate my standing dunk, then I have to pass back out and reset the whole thing, which is not a problem either. But again, being able to communicate this is what's key here. I wouldn't be able to explore a build like this in the first place if I didn't have consistent teammates to run with. So that's the goal. That's kind of the beauty of having consistent teammates to run with. Yeah, with Hall of Fame brick wall, sneaky facts, man. So thank you. Yeah, I appreciate y'all leaving your feedback on the build. It's definitely a different build. I've been having a ton of fun with this particular build out there. He shoots lights out. He's able to get the pick and roll. He's able to 5-out. He's able to grab the boards. He's not a liability, but then you add the other aspect of the 95 steal and the 88 perimeter defense. It just makes for beautiful gaming. With the most recent update. I will say this, prior to the season 4 update, I could not even have this build out there. It was only after the season 4 update that he started playing way more aggressive. Nothing goes in the paint, getting the passing lane steal. So I love it. I'll take it. And if that changes, I'll definitely relay that information to y'all because I have a ton of builds to work with. So I'll definitely let you guys know if you consider this build and I see something changing in interior defense or passing lane steals, I'll definitely relay that information to y'all. Yeah, OG Beardo. Yeah, big facts. It'll lead to good offense. I made this build, but I struggle with inside shots. Do you have a solution for close shots? Build is awesome, by the way. Thank you, Juggernaut. Yes. Positioning, yeah. So I can help you guys better understand this stuff on how I play with this particular build. I can help you get a better understanding of that right now, and I can showcase the positioning, and we could go through a little bit of scenarios on how I would particularly play with this center build. And I'm just gonna give you guys a few insights to play with smaller center builds. I've been running smaller center builds since I've made centers. I've always preferred smaller center builds, always. Speed over everything for me. But I used to mainly run park. So we're going to talk about positioning against a 5-out offense. And this is what a lot of folks get mistaken. If you see that the offense is set up, and this is more so primarily better teams, if you see that the offense is setting up in 5-out, then my positioning would be something maybe along this area on the half court set if I'm playing defense, right? So normally with my positioning here, we got to rotate the, let me move my webcam up on this side. We'll have to rotate the hash corner. As soon as somebody cuts from the right side, then I'm going to take the collapse. I'm going to take it into the paint when there's a cutter from the right side. And then our hash player, which is normally here, is going to run down to the corner and guard that dude. And then that center player is going to rotate over and guard this hash dude. This when I have to go into the paint. That's if we're playing more like a decent team that's running 5 out or whatnot, and they're trying to pick apart our defense. But if we're not playing a 5 out team and you see some random rec team out there, then I stay lower. I trust the defenders we have out there, and I stay maybe around this area here, something like this. And the reason why I do that is because, a lot of teams just send cutter after cutter after cutter. You're talking about one person cuts on the left side and the other person cuts on the right side. So I try to stay on ball side. So you keep that in mind. Stay on the ball side for especially against randos. You'll stay on the ball side. And the reason why you stay on the ball side, especially with a player like this, is because this corner player, say the ball goes to the corner, he's just going to make sure that ball, whoever got the ball in this corner, is going to step inside the three-point line. The second he steps inside the three-point line, I'm in position and I stay right here to make him come to me, or if he attempts a pass into the paint with somebody cutting, my gold interceptor steals the rock. So it's all about positioning with this build. Passing lanes is what you're thinking, is what you're prioritizing. And then you play the tendencies of the players. So, if somebody's more inclined to shoot a 3, then when that player cuts into the paint, you don't want them to get the board. So you just pay attention to the tendencies so you can get in position to get the board and get the box out here. But primarily you're going to be in the passing lanes. And that's the positioning that I play. So primary ball handler rushing in, or in sense, finishers trying to rush in, you meet him early so you don't even let him take off. Meet him early and then get back for the passing lane steal. As soon as you bump him, step back and get the passing lane steal, because after the bump, most people like to dig it into the paint. Kevin Nunez says, this is my suggestion. You should allow some of the verified Discord members to help out with the... Hell no. No. I appreciate that, Kevin Nunez, but I didn't mean to just shut that off. But let me see what he says. In different chat channels that are categories by playstyles, 5 out doesn't mesh with my builds. Yeah. No, we host tryouts. We have, becoming a lunatic in our chat. I appreciate your comment too, Kevin Nunez, and I appreciate the super chat. But becoming a lunatic is my way of helping good IQ players run with good IQ players. That's why we're doing the tryouts. Determining who's going to become a lunatic will only come from the leaders of our Discord. And we have a absolutely amazing admin team in our Discord. And we're well in tune, and we have one of our other admins hosting tryouts as well. But Lunatic gives no type of admin responsibility to determine. I don't have connections. Our Discord is tightly knit. The leaderships in our Discord is tightly knit. So, yeah, we the ones who make that determination so we could maintain accountability if anything goes wrong. Other folks adding random lunatics we got about 50 plus lunatics right now. We can't have random lunatics determining who plays well because they're just getting added into the lunatics. So we don't know them that well like that. Although we may have determined that they have decent IQ and we may develop chemistry. No, we have a particular play style, and it's not solely based around 5 out. It's solely based behind the players that we have out there. All good, Kevin? Yeah. We have a leader. The leaders will definitely help with getting more people on there. Yeah, facts. AC, do you think triple threat style impacts shot timing or changes your shot cue? I noticed running Steph Curry triple threat made my shot feel different than when I ran the Booker triple threat. That's definitely interesting. Something I'll make note of, Bobby Gilmore, and I normally use the same triple threat, so I'll definitely make note of it. Yeah, if you guys would like to join Discord, just type !Discord. Chilly chill. Yeah, just type !Discord. The link will pop up. And what up, UCH? What's good? But yeah, man, what a absolutely amazing. I don't know how many people are in here. Let me see if I can refresh this. Man, I really appreciate you guys being here. It was super dope to have you here, man. You know, we're going to keep doing this thing. If you want to try out, join Discord, type exclamation point Discord in the live chat. I'm going to be hosting tryouts within the next half an hour. So be on the lookout for when I send out that message to everyone in our Discord community. When I send out a message, everybody that's online will receive a ping on their phone. So you'll know when tryouts start. We'll exchange gamer tags, load up, go into the rec center. We see what you got out there, see if you can get added to the Lunatics. Appreciate y'all so much for everything y'all do here on the channel. We're working toward that coveted 100,000 subscribers. So if you can, consider dropping a like and a sub. I would definitely appreciate that. I'll catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Y'all have a safe and blessed one. Easy.